So today I am going to make a video on Playlist Live tips and tricks. As you may know, I went to Playlist Live last year, and as you also may know, Playlist Live starts this Friday. If you aren't familiar with Playlist Live, it is a 3-day YouTube convention in Orlando, Florida, and it is absolutely amazing. There's so many awesome people there. It's just an all-out good time. So I thought I would give you some tips and tricks, seeing as I am a seasoned veteran. Tip number 1, dress comfortable. Yes, I completely understand that you're going to want to look your best for when you're meeting YouTubers and other people, and because you're going to have pictures and video that last forever. But also keep in mind that these are really, really long days, and the worst thing that could happen is for it to be 11 a.m. and you're already sick of your shoes. I can't stress enough. Wear comfortable shoes. No one cares what shoes you're wearing. Make sure your feet are happy. Playlist tip number 2, make sure you have all of your electronics and cameras completely charged for every single day. If your camera runs on rechargeable batteries, make sure you have them charged and have the charger with you at all times, because there are outlets you can sneak if there's an issue. If it runs on AA batteries, make sure you have tons of AA batteries with you, because there's nothing more frustrating than going to take a picture with your favorite YouTuber and finding out that your camera won't turn on. Also, make sure you keep your phone charged. That's very important. Number 3 is specifically for girls. If you are like me and you want to wear makeup and have that in your videos and your pictures, make sure you keep your makeup close for touch-ups, because you're going to be running around all day and you want to make sure that you're standing in line to meet Smosh, or, well, they're not going to be here this year, but you know what I mean. You get the picture. Whoever you're going to meet, you want to make sure that your makeup looks okay. So make sure you have your makeup in a little compact mirror with you. Doesn't take up much space. Tip number 4 is make sure you take pictures with everyone. Last year, I ran into Jack's Films about 5 different times. I didn't take a picture with him anytime, even though I had the opportunity to, because I only kind of watched his videos. And now, looking back a year later, I'm a big fan, and I wish that I had that picture. And it would have taken 20 seconds to take a picture with him. So if you see someone, even if you're not a huge fan, and the opportunity presents itself, please take a picture, because otherwise you're going to kick yourself for it. Tip number 5, understand Florida weather. If you watch any Playlist Live vlogs from last year, you will know that the weather was absolutely horrible. There's no other way to put it. This year the weather's supposed to be beautiful, but Florida weather can change like that. So there's a good chance that you can get poured on. Don't get upset about your hair. Don't get upset about your makeup. You know, it's what it is. Everyone is going to be dealing with the same weather issues. Also, as a side note, if there's a tornado this year like there was last year, do not freak out. They are prepared. It is Florida. The buildings are built to withstand weather. If there's any announcements, make sure you listen to them, but everyone will be fine. Tip number 6 is approach people. Your favorite YouTubers are there to see you. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but it is true. That is why they come here. They fly from all over the country and world to see you. So if you see one sitting in the lobby, go up and say hi. You are not going to upset anyone by going up and telling them that you're a fan and asking for a picture or an autograph. But on the same note, you have to be respectful if they say that they don't have time right now. For example, when I met Dan and Phil, they were late to their meetup, so there wouldn't have been time for a picture or an autograph, so I just had to settle for the fact that Phil literally walked into me. It was a good moment. It was a good moment. Tip number 7, and I don't know if it's much a tip, it's just kind of a thing, goes along with the last one. Definitely approach people. Go up and say hi, talk to your favorite YouTubers, but you need to understand that there's a line that you can't cross. These are real people. These are human beings, and don't go up and scream in their face, or, I don't know. Use your common sense. Treat them how you would want to be treated if you were in their position. Don't find out what room they're in and call it at all hours of the night. Poor Alfie, Pointless Blog, had made the mistake of checking into the hotel under his real name, and girls were calling him at all hours of the night. Please, please use your common sense, and don't do anything that would make them not want to come back next year. Tip number 8 is be chill. This is a whole group of people that are doing the exact same thing as you are. So don't get upset if you don't meet someone. Don't scream when you do. I'm not going to tell you not to cry because I've been in the position where you just are so overcome after meeting someone that means so much to you that you're overwhelmed with emotion. I would, however, suggest waiting to cry until after you meet them, at least after the picture. Just because you want them to see you as just a person and not like a crazed fan. Tip number 9 is eat when you can. I cannot tell you how many people I saw get very, very sick because they either didn't want to take a break during the day or didn't want to pay hotel prices. You need to understand that if you're there, you're going to overpay for food. They have implemented a food truck program this year that should make it a lot easier, but you really need to eat. It's not possible to go through a day as hectic as the days of Playlist Live on a completely empty stomach. It's just going to make your time worse. So my biggest tip is eat when there is a break in the action. Go grab something before you get in line for a meetup because you're going to be there for a while and you can eat then. You only will miss enough time to run and get the food and come back, and that way you can keep yourself nourished. Don't pass out. Tip number 10 is be prepared to wait. And wait. And wait. And wait. If you are going to play this with the intent of meeting a lot of YouTubers, which is great, set your standards high, understand that you are going to be waiting at meetups for a long time. I waited about 2.5 hours at the Smosh meetup and about 3 hours to meet Casper Alfie. So get there early, be prepared to wait in line. It'll be worth it. Tip number 11 is about sleep. Now, sleep is something that gets sacrificed to Playlist. There are scheduled activities going on till midnight and things that go on way past that. Go to sleep when you can. Don't obsess over it. Understand that you are going to be sleep deprived for the weekend. Don't sleep when there's anything that you want to do. That seems like pretty logical, but also please don't stay up for like 72 hours because that's not healthy either. So sleep when you can. Tip number 12 is kind of a downer one. You need to understand that you're not going to meet everybody. The numbers of people at Playlist alone make it impossible. If you go back and watch my Playlist Live vlogs or look at my blog post with my pictures, both of which will be linked below or somewhere on the screen right now, you'll see that I was fortunate enough to meet lots of people. I'm going to tell you point blank that most of those were by dumb luck. I was in the right place, at the right time, in the right hallway, doing the right thing, and I got to meet them. But you need to understand that there's a good chance that you won't meet a lot of the people that you want to. That's not saying you're not going to have an amazing time. You are going to meet at least some of the people that you want to see. You're going to get to see them on the stages. It's going to be incredible. But you just have to understand going in that you're not going to meet everyone because otherwise you'll be disappointed. So I would suggest picking a top 1 or 2 people that you want to meet and making that your main priority so that you won't be disappointed, and anyone that you meet beyond that, it'll just be even more exciting. Tip number 13, be social. Everyone there is into the same stuff that you are. So don't sit in line by yourself not talking to anyone because you're afraid. I understand better than anyone how hard it can be to socialize with people, but these are all people that enjoy what you do. Say you're in line for the beauty meetup like I was last year. The people sitting around you are into the same stuff that you are. That's why they're in line for the beauty meetup. Talk to them, make friends, socialize, human interaction. Tip number 14, check Twitter. Oh, this was something I couldn't do last year. I didn't have a smartphone, and if you don't have a smartphone, I apologize. I suggest making friends with someone at Playlist quickly that does. Because the Playlist meetups are set for a very specific amount of time, and as soon as that's over, they usher the people out because they have another meetup coming right after that. Many of the YouTubers, if they still have people to meet, will tweet that they're having a meetup somewhere else. By the pool is a very common area. So if there's people that you are dead set on meeting, make sure you have your notification turned on for them because there's a good chance that they're going to be tweeting where they're hanging out or where their meetups are. And those are as good, if not better, than the actual setup Playlist meetups. The final tip is by far the most important tip. If you don't follow any of the others, please follow this one. Have fun! You have paid a lot of money and in some cases traveled very, very far to be there, and it's an incredible weekend. Make the most of it. Don't let the little things get you down. If you miss a meetup or a main stage performance, it's okay. Go on to the next one. You are guaranteed to have a blast if you let yourself. So make sure that you keep a smile on your face and have a good time, because it's impossible not to. If you are at Playlist Live and have any other tips or tricks, make sure you leave them below in the comments. Also, this could work for any sort of YouTube convention, VidCon, Summer in the City, anything. You might have to tweak it just a little bit, but the general premise will be the same. So if you aren't going to Playlist but you're going to something else, these apply there too. I hope to see some of you at Playlist Live. If you are there, make sure you tweet me. I'd love to meet up and we can hug and do human interacty things. But yeah, I would absolutely, if you're there, I would love to meet you. So my Twitter is @lovefromkelsey. It'll be on the end card, or there's a link in the description. Make sure you tweet me. A good place to meet me is going to be at Charles and Allie's meetup, because if there's one thing that I do all weekend, it is going to be make it to that meetup. If you're going to Playlist, have an amazing time, because it is amazing. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, share it with anyone that you know is going to be there because they might find it helpful. I hope you liked it. Okay, bye!